Hey everyone, today is day 3, so I'm going to go with the official quarantine timeline or social distancing timeline. So yeah, it's day 3, it's Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Tuesday for whatever reason. Actually, is it? Okay. Just wanted to make sure it is actually Wednesday. Had a lot of things on my list I wanted to talk about today, but I narrowed it down to stuff that would come up in my head only because it's social distancing, not like normal things that happen in my life. So it's going to be super specific to just this time. So let's get started. First thing is sticking to your to-do list is hard sometimes, or not hard, but it's okay if you don't stick to it. I was trying to remember because I wrote that down last night, and I was trying to remember what exactly I didn't do, which makes it seem like it's not a big deal, whatever it was. And I remembered, I didn't cook the chicken I was supposed to make last night instead of this morning. So it got done. I cooked it for lunch, so no big deal. So it's okay if things don't go as planned. I don't try to sweat it as long as it gets done. So did go out and have a walk with Kike, just up and down River Road, right before my community group. And it was kind of weird because there weren't a lot of cars driving around. It was like pretty good time for rush hour traffic, and there wasn't a lot really going on. So it's kind of like weird, like being out there and actually seeing it versus like watching it on TV. But yeah, and I think like during that walk too, I had like a moment as I was thinking of like, why is it really hard for me to process what's going on? And what came to mind was like, it feels like it's a dream, really. Like, is this even real? Like, I feel like tomorrow I'm gonna just go to the office like normal. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm actually in it, but I'm still doing the things I need to be doing. It just doesn't feel like we're actually gonna be this way for a long time, and it's only been 3 days. So I think that's probably why it's taking me a minute to really digest everything, and I think it'll just really hit me when I'm like out, like going shopping and there's not a lot of people, and or there's not stuff on the shelves or in the stores.
What?
Oh my god. So we'll see. That was funny. Random tangent, sorry. I watched my video yesterday a couple times. I just literally only watched it just to hear Geek's background noises while he's playing games. So that's cool. And he just found out that his semester is going to be online for the rest of the semester. So we're just waiting to see if they're going to cancel graduation. It's pretty far out for them to say, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did cancel it or postpone it. So we'll see. Not a big deal, at least I don't know, for me. Second thing is I started a new Bible reading thing for me in the mornings because I finished Acts a long time ago. I wanted to start something new and thought to do this Bible study. I know it's like backwards for you guys, but it's beautiful encounters. How Jesus encountered different women in the New Testament and what those mean. And Monday was Elizabeth. So, I mean, he didn't actually meet her, but like in the womb, and how Elizabeth waited for her baby, who was Jesus' cousin John. And then today was Anna, the prophet that knew Jesus was Jesus when he came to the temple, when his family brought him to the temple to get dedicated. And like the theme for both of them was really on just waiting in their old age. So Elizabeth was described as, being old. So was, oh my God, so was Anna. Both waiting on different things. So Elizabeth waiting on a child, and and just waiting on Jesus. So it's really cool just to like know that the first two women he encounters are waiting on something. And I think we're all like in that period of like waiting for this to be over, along with just waiting for other things to happen. So I thought that was just really cool, like how it just aligns that way. And then one thing I like underlined in the book was like that Jesus' divinity is not dependent on what he does at any given moment or even how we feel about him, regardless of the circumstances. Jesus is God. I like the part where like even what we feel, like, so for some people it doesn't really feel good to just be inside. Right now I'm okay, but just thought that's like important to call out. Yeah, and as we were walking outside, like as we were walking outside, just super happy that I have Kike here with me. Just have someone around, just to like talk to. Like as I was walking with him was like our catch up time because I'm working and like he's doing class stuff or gaming or drawing. Like just some random things like I heard like on social media or on TV, like, oh, did you hear about this, blah, 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 and just us talking about things. Like super glad like he's here and giving me company, and I know it brings comfort to my mom and my parents that there's someone here with me. So I'm glad that he's here. Super glad. And yesterday was my grandfather Joel's birthday. He turned 89. It's crazy. Like he doesn't change to me. But I think it's just really cool. Like, you know, life still goes on. Like people still have birthdays, and I don't know about people who are having weddings or parties or things like that, but just like a small group of people went over to his house and just had cake and food and visited him. And I think it's just really neat, you know, to see like life still going on in that way, and just happy that he's still here because my grandmother, his wife, passed away a little bit more than 10 years ago. And, you know, being a widower is tough, and some people don't make it this long, and just to see him still here is really cool. And it kind of makes me like sad for me, like I should just check up on him more often, even if it's just a small talk. So I probably will, for sure. So this will keep me accountable because I'm saying it. And oh yeah, I mentioned it before. Yesterday my community group had a virtual Bible study, which was really cool. Like we all got on a Zoom meeting, and we went through the questions that we would normally go through about the sermon from last weekend, and talk about our thoughts to those questions. I don't want to get too detailed because I don't want it to just only be about what we talked about in a small group, but it was really cool, like that we have the tech to do that, you know. And the community is super important. I think that's just been something God has taught me moving here, how important it is and how much I didn't know I needed it. So super grateful for that too. Hopefully we get to do it next week. And last but not least, I'm like looking at the timer. Don't want us to be here too long. Our mom sent us a package of goodies. So thank you, Mom. She sent us like medicine, like that really good Mexican antibiotic stuff, eye drops. To remember, I'm sure there's like vitamins in there. I haven't like gone through everything yet. And toilet paper. We didn't need it, but at least I don't have to worry about going to find it. So it's really neat, like to get a care package from my mom, per usual, you know. So we'll see what happens. Trying to like share things that happen within 24 hours. So night of day 2, day of day 3. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go back to work and finish what I'm working on, and like actually finish and step away from work. I actually just put my computer away in my bag instead of leaving it on the counter. So it'll be good. This is day 3, and we'll see you guys in day 4.